Chapter 57. The tension was almost audible in the otherwise silent chamber as the three Super Saions faced off against the five Ghost Warriors. No one moved. That one, Frieza thought, examining Goku, he's changed his hair, but it's him, the one who stood up to me on Namek. Oh, and Vegeta too, this is going to be good. Fully aware that the Frost Demon was probably thinking along those lines, Goku took a deep breath. Lots of old foes here. Better stay on guard. He focused on Cooler, remembering Namek, a simple hand gesture, oblivion. Meanwhile, Cooler's narrowed eyes flicked back and forth between his three opponents. Those eyes. Super Saions. But, not Raditz, and not the one who killed me on Earth, either. Interesting. Noticing Cooler's discomfort, Vegeta's mouth twitched upwards in a half-smile. Excellent. Today, I will claim what was denied to me, the glory of defeating Frieza. And I see the pirate's back for more, fine. I don't mind killing him again. Directly opposite him, Bojack flexed his biceps. Time to die, Vegeta. Standing next to the Harajin, Slug glared hatefully at Gohan. That child is going to pay for what he did to me. Unaware of the stream of silent malice being directed his way by the evil Namekian, Gohan gulped. Cell was powerful enough when he was alive. What are we in for now? Drinking in the atmosphere, the fear, the tension, Cell grinned maliciously. This time, Son Goku, I will not fall so easily. And I see you've brought some friends, Gohan, and I will finally be able to settle our sadly averted battle, and I've always wanted to see the fabled Prince Vegeta in action. Well, said Goku, breaking the silence, if Raichi wanted people who hated the Scions, he chose pretty well. Looks like we're not leaving here without a fight, so, let's go. Well spoken. Cell chuckled, vanishing in a burst of super speed. The other 7 fighters quickly followed, collisions echoing through the tower as the battle began. Frieza made straight for Goku, who only dodged his charge at the last second, retaliating with a downwards elbow that knocked Frieza sprawling to the floor. The Frost Demon pulled himself up, muscles bulging out as he burst into his 100% mode almost instantaneously. Come here, monkey. If you say so. Goku dived down at Frieza, aiming both fists at his enemy's torso. Frieza's hand swiped up, catching Goku's punches. They dug their feet into the floor, pushing against each other two-handed, their ki flaring around them. Is this really the same guy? Goku grunted. If he'd been this strong on Namek, we'd have stood no chance at all. He pulled his hands away, ducking and throwing a low kick that smashed into Frieza's shins, sweeping the tyrant off his feet. No sooner had this happened than Cell came barreling in from behind. Goku jumped back as Cell's fist crashed into the floor, shattering the metal beneath it. I've got no doubt you're gonna be the toughest of the lot, Cell. Goku said, grinning slightly at the prospect of the challenge. Guess I'll have to go all out. He powered up to maximum, the force of his ki hurling Frieza, just coming in from behind for a sneak attack, away. Then I suppose I should return the favor. Cell's aura billowed up around him, peppered with Super Saiyan 2 like sparks. Ready when you are. Yeah. Goku flung a golden energy ball overarm, detonating it on the ground at Cell's feet, forcing the bio-android to jump into the air to avoid it. Goku flew up to meet him, landing a solid punch to Cell's stomach. Come on, Cell. I know you can do better than that. Vegeta smiled as he dodged Bojack's furious attacks, his arms folded over his chest, using the slightest of movements to dance just out reach of every swing. TCH. And here I was hoping for a fight. Vegeta backflipped, bringing both feet up and kicking Bojack in the chin, knocking him flat on his back. Vegeta landed on the opposite side of Bojack, facing away from him and humming absent-mindedly. Guess I was wrong. You were wrong. Bojack growled, transforming to his bulked-up green form with surprising speed. To underestimate me. He brought one hand forwards, launching a bright green energy wave that engulfed Vegeta, completely obscuring it in its light. Bojack chuckled as he lowered his hand. Now what was it you just said? Here I was hoping for a fight? I could say the same, fool. Oh, you'll get one, Vegeta whispered, standing inches behind Bojack. As the space pirate whirled to face him, Vegeta slammed his knee up into the massive alien's gut, doubling him over. Now, this is more like it. Gohan shut his eyes, feeling for the elusive key signature. Where is he? He's moving so fast it's hard to keep track. Right here. Slug roared, leaping at Gohan from behind. Gohan calmly sidestepped, backhanding Slug into the wall, and resumed searching with his key sense. I wasn't talking about you. You don't have the skill to hide your energy effectively, no matter how fast you move. On the other hand. Cooler yelled, emerging through the ground at Gohan's feet and landing a direct hit to the half-Scion's face. There you are, Gohan said, barely noticing the blow. He grabbed Cooler's forearm in an iron grip, easily pulling the hand away from his face. You, on the other hand, are pretty smart. Too bad you can't hurt me. Focusing a small ki through his eyes, he sent Cooler skidding away from him, digging up deep rents in the floor with his feet and tail. Cooler drew in quick, ragged breaths. I see, impressive. But this is hardly my full power. Again, like the others, his transformation to his armored fifth form was almost instant. Gohan watched him passively. So why are you attacking me, anyway? You seem to have the lowest power. The weakest link in the chain, so to speak. Now, let's try it again. He and Gohan raced off into the air, trading rapid blows. Raichi observed the battle through his monitor. Slug seems to be the weakest of my ghost warriors, yet he was definitely more powerful than Frieza and Cooler in life, curious. He tapped a few buttons, running several scans. I see. He was not actually killed by a scion that must have interfered with the mechanism. Ah, well, it matters little. My ghost warriors cannot be defeated, as these scions will soon learn. Goku and Cell flew circles around each other, firing barrages of small energy blasts that collided with each other, exploding in the air between them. Don't count me out. Frieza yelled, rocketing up at Goku. The Super Saiyan jumped out of the way of Frieza's oncoming fist, kicking him away. You're getting on my nerves, Frieza. Better finish him quickly. Putting on a burst of speed, he appeared right in front of Frieza, thrusting both hands forwards. This! A two-handed explosion of golden energy blasted Frieza from point-blank range, blowing him to pieces. Ha! One down. Your guard is down. Cell shouted, racing up behind Goku as he was still distracted and punching him away. Goku landed on his feet, putting out one hand to steady himself before standing up straight. Nice try, but I'm still here, he said, raising his guard. And so am I. Frieza's voice called from behind. Goku jumped sideways to avoid one of Frieza's trademark purple death beams, then turned to face Frieza, backing away to simultaneously keep an eye on Cell. Frieza's body, he noticed, was in the process of reforming from some dark gaseous substance. You see this, monkey? We can't be killed, the Destron gas will just rebuild us. This is a battle you cannot win. Guys! Goku shouted over to the others. He saw Vegeta standing over Bojack's body, which was rapidly disintegrating back into Destron gas, and Gohan punching straight through Cooler's chest, then turning as Slug charged him and blasting him one-handed, destroying him too. Careful! Goku warned. If you kill them, they'll just reform. What? Before Gohan could register this, Cooler and Slug reappeared behind him, each grabbing one of his arms and together slamming him face-first into the wall. Gohan! Goku tried to rush over to help his son, but found his path blocked by Frieza and Cell. Now, wherever do you think you're going? Cell asked, charging energy in both hands. This is really starting to get old. Goku complained, but before they could resume their battle, Bojack's body came flying in from behind, crashing into Frieza and sending them both tumbling down to the ground in a tangle of limbs. Vegeta! Goku gave a thumbs up. Thanks! Whatever. Vegeta saw Gohan struggling to fend off Cooler and Slug at the same time, vanished and appeared between them, wrapping his arm around Cooler's throat. He rocketed down at the floor, letting go at the last second and letting Cooler drive headfirst into it. Understand, I'm not doing you a favor. I have a score to settle with these bastards. Somebody take care of Bojack while I'm at it. The green one? Gohan took advantage of Slug's surprise, swinging his arm back and taking the Ghost Warrior's head off with the flat of his hand. That should give me a few seconds before he comes back. Sure, I got it. He appeared in front of Bojack, throwing a quick punch that the pirate blocked with some effort. Goku and Cell's eyes locked. Without a word, they leapt at each other, joining battle once more. Well, now. Vegeta grinned, cracking his knuckles. It seems you're immortal. Which means, while I try and think of a way of making you stay dead, I get to kill the two of you as many times as I like. I bet you still feel pain, right? Cooler glowered. Don't get confident, ape. You're outnumbered, he choked as Vegeta shoved his head into the ground, simultaneously kicking Frieza in the head and snapping his neck. Oh, yes. Vegeta chuckled as Cooler rolled away, coughing, and Frieza dissolved and reformed. Remember the hell you put me through, Frieza? All those years? And what's more, I was denied my revenge, time after time. But today, I will end you. Gohan dodged a kick from Bojack, then caught and deflected a small energy blast. You're pretty good. But you're no Cell. You know, I wanted to kill Vegeta, guess I'll get to that. Bojack flashed his jagged teeth. One monkey's as good as the next, after all. Gohan paused. Hold on, where's Slug? He should have come back by now. That's it. He blocked Bojack's elbow drop, shoving upwards and throwing the pirate over his shoulder. Guys, I cut Slug's head off, and he stayed dead. Can't just be decapitation, Vegeta muttered, indicating the Frost Demon brothers reforming behind him. I've decapitated both of them, and they're still, eh? He turned, seeing only Cooler had come back, Frieza was gone. I see, wait a minute. I've got it. You saw Reichi's video, Kakarot? Slug had been decapitated. Reichi had stuck his head on a pole. Goku realized, twisting to avoid several quick attacks from Cell. He struck back, but Cell blocked, and they hung in the air momentarily before leaping off again, battling back and forth across the chamber. And now that I think about it, Vegeta said thoughtfully, rubbing his chin, that's how you killed your brother originally, wasn't it, Cooler? That's what Frieza said when we fought him on New Namek. Evidently, we have to kill them the same way they originally died, then they can't regenerate. Got it. Gohan braced himself as Bojack barreled towards him again. Vegeta, how did you kill this guy? Crushed his ribs. Vegeta ducked as Cooler's tail swiped at him. And Cooler? Goku took a painful elbow strike to the chest, kicking Cell in the side even as he cried out. The combatants fell away from each other, and Goku took a deep breath, recovering his balance. Well, Break finished him in the end. Ripped him into pieces, I think. You think? Vegeta hissed. I'm going to need better than that. He turned as Cooler appeared above him, swinging his arms down in a two-fisted strike. Vegeta blocked with ease, then grabbed hold of a jutting piece of the Frost Demon's armor in each hand. This is going to hurt you. And I'd like you to know that I'll take great pleasure from that. Cooler's only response was a frightened whimper as he desperately tried to flee. Bojack snarled, firing a volley of green energy waves. Gohan ran straight at him, dodging and weaving through the deadly storm. Reaching Bojack, he jumped, swinging his knees forwards and ramming them right into the Ghost Warrior's chest, the impact punching straight through his skin and shattering his ribs, completely caving in his chest. Bojack fell away, arms flailing and blood gushing from the hole, then collapsed onto his back, dissolving into Destron gas, and staying that way. Goku settled to the ground, Cell opposite him. Both were breathing heavily, having continued their relentless battle as the other Ghost Warriors fell around them. Gohan and Vegeta stepped up on either side of Goku, eyeing Cell carefully. A surge of Destron gas flowed into Cell, rejuvenating him and healing his injuries. He stood up straighter, his aura burned brighter, and his breathing slowed. Ah, that's better. Do you see now? I am once again the ultimate being, and now, I am indestructible. You're a slave to Raichi, Goku pointed out. Doesn't sound very much like you. For now. Cell chuckled. For now. As long as I have my perfect body, my quest to become the undisputed god of this universe continues. Admit it, you missed me, didn't you? Looks like you've been having a wonderful time, these last few years, Vegeta said, clenching his fists. I don't care who or what this is, so don't bother explaining. Just tell me how you killed it. Goku nodded. Me and one other hit him with beam attacks from both sides. Good for you. Now, don't just stand there. Vegeta's aura whipped up around him, lighting up the gloomy chamber and burning away the mist. Follow my lead. He rushed Cell, opening with a series of quick punches, then when Cell blocked those, trying a sweeping trip, but the android jumped over it, aiming a high kick at Vegeta's head. The Saiyan Prince caught Cell's foot in both hands, pushing it away and renewing his attack. I see. Goku smiled, understanding Vegeta's plan. Gohan, get in position on the other side of Cell. All right. The two kind-hearted Saiyans stood on opposite sides of Vegeta and his enemy as they continued to fight. Goku and Gohan moved and spoke simultaneously as they charged up their attacks. Haim. We can't fire with Vegeta in the way. Goku thought grimly. Not only because it wouldn't be right, I'm kind of tempted to kill two birds with one stone here, but because he and Cell together could definitely block these attacks. I guess it wouldn't be fair, anyway. No, we need to let Vegeta get out of the way, and that means he has to get one more good hit in. However, this was beginning to look unlikely. Cell was always as good as new, but the constant fighting was beginning to take its toll on Vegeta. He took a glancing hit to the face, lashing out with his right arm in a counterpunch, but Cell flicked his head to the side, casually avoiding it and landing a flat-handed blow to Vegeta's shoulder. The Super Saiyan growled, vision blurring, bringing his elbow down and his knee up at the same time to try and slip at least one through Cell's defenses. However, it was to no avail. Cell's image flickered, and he was behind Vegeta, landing another punch to his back. Vegeta hung in the air, head bowed, silent as he struggled to stay conscious. Cell drew back his fist again. They daren't fire with him so close, I can finish this one off at my leisure. His arm swung forwards, perhaps a little slower than he normally would, given his enemy's lack of resistance. That was all Vegeta, feigning weakness, needed. He sprang into action, accelerating to full speed in under a second and kicking Cell's attacking arm out of the way, before throwing a solid punch into Cell's face, momentarily stunning the monster. Now! Vegeta yelled, putting on a burst of speed as he escaped the blast zone. Ha! Goku and Gohan fired, beams colliding on either side of Cell, stuck between them and with no time to dodge. No. Cell mentally seethed. No. Not again. I will not be beaten by these inferior biologicals. So close to my goal. How did this happen? Twice. Surely I could never be defeated by lesser beings, not in my perfect form. I am perfect, am I not? Goku and Gohan sighed as they felt Cell's ki vanish, letting their attacks dissipate. Okay? Goku breathed. I've had just about all I can take today. Agreed. Vegeta looked up towards the ceiling. Raichi, I'm coming to destroy you. I'm going to finish what my father started, do you hear? And rescue your brother, right? Goku asked, raising an eyebrow. Humph. Vegeta grunted. That too, I suppose. In his anxious state, Raichi had forgotten that his camera was still active, so the following scene was, unbeknownst to him, observed by the three Saiyans below him, at ground level. Damn it all. Raichi shrieked, pounding a fist on his control console. The Ghost Warriors were meant to be my invincible army. The ultimate triumph of Tuffle science over Saiyan brute strength. Baby! He snapped, waving in the general direction of his final creation. Baby's main body was made of a light gray metal that shone in the dark control room, lit by some inner light. It was quite a bit shorter than the average human, and wore dark blue leggings and a gold metal jacket with red piping, along with matching bands on its wrists and ankles. An unusual formation on its head, a swept-forward lump of metal, gave the impression of hair, and its dark, almost rectangular eyes looked uncannily like sunglasses. Deal with them! Dr. Raichi ordered it. No. Raichi paused. I beg your pardon? His eyes narrowed. Would you care to rephrase that? Fair enough. Baby shrugged. No, you dried out, shriveled up old corpse. Baby! Raichi roared. This insubordination will not. Stop calling me that. Baby snapped. Well, what the hell do I call you then, you ungrateful little bucket of bolts? How about? It considered this. Dr. Myo. Raichi froze, eyes widening. What? Yes, that's right. Baby, Dr. Mew grinned, drinking in Dr. Reichi's fear. I've been waiting to see that look on your face for a long, long time, my dear friend. Now, fair warning, for old time's sake, I'm going to kill you. Why? Reichi spluttered. Well, it could be because you neglected to resurrect me as a ghost warrior alongside yourself, not knowing, of course, that I'd implanted my consciousness into this machine you call baby. It could be because you giving me orders all this time has really started to piss me off, but I think, in this case, it's actually going to have to be due to your sheer incompetence, with the might of our most powerful war machines at your command, in exterminating a mere 3 scions. Mew glanced around. Now, I don't know the exact circumstances of your death, but that's hardly necessary, when the Destron gas machine is right over there. He raised one arm, forming a shimmering purple energy ball and aiming it at the machine across the room. And no! Reichi pleaded. Please, Mew, we're the last. Surely you wouldn't kill your own kin. Having vented his frustration, Mew's tone softened. He spoke calmly, almost apologetically. You're already dead, Reichi. This isn't even you. All that's left is your hatred. That's what fuels the Destron gas machine, remember? Only hate. You're just a shell of the man I knew. You probably don't remember, but you were a good man, once. Mew. Don't. Goodbye, old friend. He fired, obliterating the machine. Howling with rage, Reichi dissolved into Destron gas, which rapidly dissipated into the air. Mew sighed. And yet, it is not over. We are still at war. I will end it. Well, that was interesting, Goku muttered, as Mew vanished from the screen. So what? Vegeta grumbled. We've traded one tuffle for another. Big deal. I don't know. Gohan said. This one doesn't seem so bad. In case you hadn't noticed, he still wants to kill us. Vegeta snapped. Can't say I blame him, Goku pointed out. I mean, Scions did kill his whole species, he's looking for revenge. Sound familiar to you? Can it, clown? I'm not here to debate morality with you. Good, came a voice from the doorway. Neither am I. They turned, fearful at the huge power level they were sensing, to see Broly standing there, seemingly unaffected by his earlier injuries. Dr. Mew, right? Goku said grimly. Indeed. Mew Broly nodded. He powered up, first to Super Saiyan, then to the legendary form, the waves of power spreading out from his body cracking the doorway and bringing it down around him, but any rubble that fell towards him was disintegrated long before it reached his body. His Super Saiyan hair was white, rather than its usual gold or green, and red lines ran down his forehead to each eye, and a third from his mouth down his chin. What's with the new look? Goku asked, as the 3 Scions settled into fighting stances. I'm using Broly as a permanent host, seeing as I cannot take over the 3 of you, Mew explained, taking a heavy step towards them. You may think you have the measure of me, but only now am I displaying my true power. You will find me, I think, significantly more challenging to defeat than the Broly you know. Yeah, I guess that. Goku set his jaw, mentally preparing himself. So, it all comes down to this, I only hope we're ready.